Automatic federal funding cuts to school districts could be triggered if Congress cannot reach an agreement on the nation's budget deficit. Jamil Doneth explains what sequestration means for area school districts' most vulnerable students.
Good throw, Brady.
Special education, early intervention, education for disadvantaged and homeless students.
Go, David.
These programs are all vital and vulnerable for automatic federal funding cuts called sequestration, triggered if Congress fails to agree on a deficit reduction plan.
The children who are most vulnerable, the families who are most in need, would feel these cuts first and hardest.
Under public law, the federal government promised to fund 40% of special education, but federal dollars only fund 17 to 19% of special ed programs.
Then from that 17%, if they cut 7.8 to 14%, it's just going to make it more and more challenging.
On average, special needs students make up 13% of Minnesota school districts, but Bemidji School District has a special needs population of 15%.
Our caseloads for special ed might increase, and sometimes they're high enough already.
Schools receiving impact aid will be the first on the chopping block if sequestration occurs. Red Lake is one of those school districts in the area that relies heavily on impact aid. They get about $7.5 million for programs, and that makes up about 1/3 of their total budget.
Impact aid affects all of our general education students from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade.
Most school programs award funds late in the fiscal year for the following fiscal year, but impact aid is distributed annually.
We only have a continuing resolution for 6 months, so that runs out at the end of the year. And sequestration is scheduled to take effect, of course, January 1st.
And Red Lake School District is one of more than 1,100 schools that stand to lose a large portion of impact aid through sequestration.
We're still going to have to deliver those services, whether it's funded or not. And so figuring out how to do that will be our challenge.
Jamil Doneth, Lakeland News.
Sequestration will go into effect on January 2nd, 2013 if Congress can agree on a new balanced deficit reduction plan that does not include the automatic funding cuts.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.